Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Marriott. Tune in to our topic tonight. Is cheating a deal breaker? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video. It's your time to renew, rebuild, and restore. Let's go.
Hey. What up, Rebirth family? Welcome to the show tonight. We have a great show for y'all tonight, man. I am your boy Eli Isabel,
And
aka
I'm your girl Shay Marriott. Oh, my bad. This time got something to say.
Forget my aka. Forget my aka. It's all right. Who are you again? Because I was talking over you.
My bad. I am Shay Marriott.
It happens when we go out of turn. What's up, family? Welcome to the show tonight, man. Thank y'all for joining us. Listen, we have a great show for y'all tonight. Man, fellas, listen, I always love to hear from the men when it comes to topics that we're going to like tonight's topic. Because the brothers get bent out of shape. But we're going to get to that later, man. Shay, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
How was your weekend, dear?
My weekend was good. I'm fresh back from Dominican Republic. We had a wonderful retreat. Over 40 women joined. I'm so tongue-tied, y'all. I apologize. Over 40 women. Jet lag. I'm jet lag. Yes. Over 40 women joined us on the retreat, and we had an awesome time. So it was really good.
That's what's up. There's a blues song titled "You Took Me Round the World Without Leaving the Room."
No, that's right.
At you. You know, you done went to the DR, and you right here with me again. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. You know, we full-fledged in track season. The kid is shot putting and getting that distance on.
Okay.
She PR'd at 108.
That's awesome.
She got third place up at Westchester University.
Congratulations, Holly Rose.
Gang of schools there.
Yeah.
And she pulled in number 3 in the distance.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
We just love and we just brag on our kids because I know I do. You know, my youngest just went to prom.
Okay.
He just went to prom. He was fly too. He was fly.
I know it.
Yeah,
I know
beautiful young lady. He went to prom with. It was nice, really nice.
Okay.
And you know, I cried.
That's what you do.
As I always do.
That's what you do.
But it is what it is. And he will be graduating June 1st. That's it. Wow. I'll be an empty nester. And of course, I moved my oldest. He just completed his first year at Del State University. So shout out to him. Yes. You know yes. First year of college. Praise you. Thank you, God.
You know what needs to happen? In all honesty, I saw this guy talk about when people go to jail, right? And they come home, big party for that person. They've been going for 10 years, 5 years. Kids go complete their first year of college and come home. Now you go to work. We need to start celebrating that. We're always celebrating a bunch of foolishness. You put yourself in a position. Why are we celebrating you coming home from jail?
Right.
Like, what's the celebration about?
Yeah.
You need to be getting a job.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just think we need to do a better
but
job.
you know what? I think too, I think I do a real good job celebrating my kids' accomplishments. I really do. I know I do.
Yeah.
I think if you was to interview them, they would definitely tell you, you know, they'd be like, Mom, it was just no, trust me. And and you know what else I do? I tell them how much I appreciate them making good choices for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I know I've seen what it looks like for it to be something
we
else.
Work with it.
Right. Exactly. So I let them know. I tell them I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For not, you know, being disrespectful, for not, you know, for doing what it is that you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And I know you have some parents out there that's saying, well, that's what they're supposed to do. But listen, there's a lot of kids are not doing what they're supposed to do.
It's not guaranteed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. So
shout out to our awesome kids. It's a luxury to have kids that are on the right track.
Absolutely.
Knock on wood. Lord
absolutely.
Jesus, stay with them.
For
all
sure. Right. For sure. Yeah. Yeah. So tonight we have a great show, but before we get into the show, the South got something to say.
Yes, sir. Hey, what's up, family? So, Shay, this low key ties into our subject a little bit tonight. Tonight, I want to talk about emotional men.
Okay.
Now, I know
Interesting.
women. I know women typically want their men to show some kind of emotion, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and that's a great thing to be able to express yourself and talk to your woman. But here's where I'm coming from. I think that, and I was one of those men. I think that men, part of our problem in society today with men and us, after each other, harming each other, is us being raised. A lot of us being raised by women, right?
Okay.
And we take on the emotional characteristics of a woman because that's what we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no man in the house to balance out that emotion. You just get the female perspective on how they deal with their emotions. There's no man here to give you that perspective. So that makes us super sensitive. So when we're out and about and some dude bumps into us, some dude steps on our shoe, we react overly emotional. Like
Mm.
look at how many I saw this dude say, look at how many people die over nothing because a person felt slighted because they were in their feelings. And us as men, or
Yeah.
just people period, but us as men, we need to be able to handle ourselves better
Mm-hmm.
over small things.
Mm-hmm.
People die every day in our community over something little,
Yeah. For
over
sure.
or
For
social media
sure.
posts,
For sure.
or people. How about this? When you if you have a car, a little fender bender,
Mm-hmm.
why somebody gotta die? We both got insurance.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? We're emotional, we're hot headed, and a lot of us are that way because we have taken on. And not saying all women are hot headed, but and overly emotional, but we've taken on the characteristics of a woman, the emotional characteristics of a woman. And I think that to
Hmm.
some degree that holds us back sometimes. What say you? I feel like the wheels are churning over there.
My wheels are churning. They're churning and turning and all of that. So when you started out, you said emotional men.
Characteristics.
Yeah, and then you said I was one of them. That's why I was
I
like,
was one of them. Yes.
But I'm not thinking. So when I hear you say that, for me, that's toxic masculinity, right?
What part? The emotional.
I think what you're the actual act, the behavior. When I
Mhm.
think about emotional men, I'm thinking like, like like they holding back their tears
No, no,
because
no,
they're
no.
you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
Because
I
I'm
hear you.
like, you
I hear you.
still,
Yeah.
friend, I'm just saying, like,
I
no,
yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like,
know what you're
I
saying.
like
And I
that.
wasn't going there with
Yeah,
it.
that's what
I'm thinking from a perspective of when we're out in public and how we conduct ourselves.
right.
Men are overly emotional when it comes to other men and feeling slighted and feeling disrespected.
Yeah.
So now we have to do something.
So you think that has that connection is the mom?
I think that if you're raised in a house with only women or a
Uh-huh.
woman, by default you pick up those traits and characteristics because you see how they handle when a woman is very emotional and upset, she's crying. She is, and think about the little boys who observe women who, oh, now I gotta smash out a windshield, cut a tire. Sometimes these emotions are tied to violent acts. We take on those characteristics sometimes.
Okay. I'm not disagreeing on that, right? But I do challenge that because I feel that when we have fathers that won't allow our kids, our sons,
Hmm.
to show their emotion, that they tend to be aggressive.
Right.
And that is what you're seeing. The aggression that comes out. You might have some tears behind it,
Hmm.
but that aggressive behavior, I don't necessarily think the aggressive behavior always comes from the mom. I know the emotional part may,
I'm talking
but
about the
at the
emotional part,
aggression,
which triggers the aggressiveness.
okay.
Yeah, and you're right,
Okay.
men. But if you have, what I'm saying is, if you have a well-adjusted man there to balance it out, it's okay to be in tune
Yeah.
with your emotions and all of that. But you
Yeah.
just cannot take on the complete characteristics of a woman, of a female, a man. That's not good for you
Mhm.
because when you feel like your manhood is being challenged, the first thing you want to do is you want to
Mhm.
show I ain't no punk.
Yeah.
This egotistical, what we do, this
Right.
egotistical attitude comes out. And so you hear people say all the time, I'll die over my name, I'll die over this, I'll
Mhm.
why?
Mhm.
Like my
Mm.
reputation, I would die over that.
Mm.
And it's all emotion, it's all being feeling like you have to present a certain amount of bravado. And again, that can be learned from a man too. If you grew up with a person who's a complete thug in your house, then that's what you're gonna get. But if we're overly emotional, then we feel slighted all the time. We want to tear something up all the time. We don't have any emotional regulation skills. Like we just like, okay, we 0 to 100.
Yeah.
And so that's what I mean by, I think there needs to be a balance in the home.
Yeah.
Let a woman be a woman. And it's okay to see that, because that way, you don't want your woman to feel that way. But also allow yourself, a man needs to be able to say, listen, son, this is how you conduct yourself out in these streets.
Okay. And you broke that down.
Yeah, I try my best.
I so emotional man, understand it.
Get yourself together. It's okay to be emotional with your woman and your children, but not out in the streets. Everything doesn't elicit a fight or.
But wait a minute, no, it's not okay to be that type of emotional with your woman or your children.
Emotional, sensitive. Oh, okay. Sensitively emotional.
Got you.
Not like
just want to make sure we're delivering the right message.
No woman or nobody.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what the South got to say tonight. Let's get into our topic, Shay Marriott.
Well, listen, before we get into our topic, we have a commercial break. So we'll be back.
Hello, my Delaware, Maryland, and Pennsylvania family. It's that time of year again for Girls Academy. We are so excited that June 29th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. we will host our annual Girls Academy. Do you know a young lady in grades 6 through 12 that could really benefit from a day away, spending time with other young ladies, playing games, winning prizes, talking about self-esteem, life, and just all those things that they have possibly gone through during the school year and preparing for a great next school year? If you know a young lady, sign her up today. Send her the link to our registration form. Registration is $30 and it includes food and tons of fun. Also, to my family out there in Delaware, Pennsylvania, Maryland, we need sponsors. No amount is too small to donate. We really want to give back and feed into the lives of these young ladies. So if you want to assist in that way, if you know a young lady, share this with your friends, your aunties, your uncles, everybody, and let them know. Because again, we only have limited space because we like to make it, small and intimate. All right. I know you guys to do it.
All right. Welcome back to the Rebirth. Listen. We're going to jump right into tonight's topic because it's juicy. But before we do, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, okay? All right, Eli.
Yo.
You ready?
All right. Yes. So Shay Marriott, tonight we are talking about
my whole name.
Your whole name.
Okay.
What's your middle name?
Sharique.
Laverne.
No, it ain't no Laverne.
All right. Shay Laverne Marriott. Tonight we are talking about
Shay Sharique Marriott. Telling my mom on you.
All right, don't do it. It's my girl. So Shay, tonight we're talking about, is cheating a deal breaker? If it happens, is it over? No second chances. There's no mulligans. There's no do-overs. You can't come back to me. Is cheating a deal breaker?
So, this is the opportunity for you guys to put in the chat your thoughts. Is cheating a deal breaker for you? Yes or no?
Fellas, please, I'm very interested to hear what you have to say. I feel like I know, but I hear what you have to say.
Men can't handle it. That's what they're going to say. They can't handle it. So it is a deal breaker. Y'all can't handle that.
I don't know.
Y'all can't handle when women cheat on y'all. Y'all cannot handle it.
Well,
didn't you see The Best Man?
I did, and he married her anyway. He almost killed his best friend.
He did, but he was like going through it at the altar with them flashbacks. Them flashbacks are real, man. But, they real.
So, and that's a good jumping off point.
It is.
I think that was different because that was his boy that he cheated with. Even though he got done his whole thing throughout college and I guess doing the pros to a degree. I don't know if he cheated in the pros, but it hits different when it's the homeboy or the homegirl. I think that makes a difference. In a case like that, it's a wrap.
Okay.
There's no coming back from that.
Okay.
And my views, and we've talked about this before, my views about cheating now are different than they were 25 years ago.
Right. So what were they 25 years ago, Eli?
25 years ago,
to you.
F that B,
What?
low down, skanky H,
Not
you ain't ish.
Oh man.
F you ain't no, and the pussy you came out of, oh, F everybody, all y'all.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But
However,
that was what?
thank God for growth. Now it is, this is crazy. Now it is, do you love this person? Do you still want to be with them? Do you want to be here? Because we're human and we make mistakes, right? I get that. And but I'm not gonna take I'm not gonna be like, well, maybe it was something I wasn't giving you. I'm not that mature to justify your thing. However, I'm willing to, you know, at a certain age, like, who wants to like start over? Who wants to? Can you imagine me at my age being out in these streets like wide open? Girl,
I mean,
no, the world don't want that. The world don't want that. I definitely gonna have another kid or two in my future.
Oh wow.
I'll be wide open like 95 at 2 a.m. and they're not there with me, and I'm going to Hundo.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, definitely my because life has taught me things, and I think that I would want to, unless she's coming to me and says I love John, I want to be with John, this is over. If you're giving me that, then it's a wrap. But if you're saying I'm sorry, that's where I would love to work through this. I want to be with you. I want to be here.
What if she says that she loves both of you? Like she's in love with both of you.
I can't accept that. And that's very possible, because I know you can love. I believe you can love more than one person at one time.
You can.
As you can be in love. I do believe that. But I don't want to be a part of that though. I gotta let you have it. And that's okay.
Yeah.
I'll some kind of way. I'll come through it.
Would you want to know about what happened? You know how like
women do.
Some you know what?
That's how y'all want to know.
As my shirt says, shout out to the black women just because.
Women, why do y'all always want to know the details? What's wrong with y'all?
Oh my gosh.
Did you do it like this?
Over there talking?
I don't know. I thought I saw Michelle over there. Michelle, was you? Never mind. I'm gonna leave you out of it right now. But yeah, like, women, why do y'all always want to know the details? Just know it happened. That's that.
Okay, so
answer that for me.
That is a good question, and let me break this down.
Jesus, let me break this down.
Let
me sit up in my chair.
So here's the thing, and it's unfortunate again because this goes back to a show we did, the show we did last week, I believe, when we were talking, and I was saying that we're raised to cater and take care of our spouse, right?
Yes.
I can't with you.
There's your camera. I'm just
so we're raised to do that. However, when something goes wrong in our relationships, that signals that we did not do that to us. That signals, right? So instead of us looking at you and saying, yo, that's something you chose to do, that's what you did, that has nothing to do with me, we internalize that. We look at ourselves and say, well, what didn't I do right? Did I not sex him enough? Did I not take care of the house right? Did I not, like, what's wrong with me that would make you go out and make a decision that is dishonoring me? So with that being said, because that thought is there, we're now going to investigate it. So I want to know, what did this hoochie do? What? Right, why she gotta be a hoochie? But that's our thought, right? That's this. I mean, that's, we're going to say a bad name or whatever because we're in our feelings and we're emotional at this point. But what did this woman do that I couldn't do? Or what did she do better? Well, where did y'all go? We want to know all the details. But when I tell you that is the wrong move, because you
For the
cannot.
woman?
Yes.
Okay.
You cannot unsee, unhear, and
Mm.
unknow. And it takes years sometimes to work through that trauma, because
That
that's
part.
trauma.
Yeah.
That's trauma. And as much as you say you want to know, sis, you really don't want to know. You don't
Yeah.
want to know.
Yeah, that always baffled me. Like, why do you want to know?
Mhm.
Did you do it like this to her? Did you do this to her?
Mhm.
This what you do? That's
Mhm.
insane. That's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
stabbing yourself in the
Yeah.
heart over and over again.
And then the other part is, it's a thing of wanting to know how far you went with this person. Did you do those type of things to her that you did to
Right.
me?
Right. No, no, and no. But
You know what I'm
what?
saying?
It don't matter
Did you
what you
take
say.
her to Ocean Prime or did you take her to Applebee's?
Does that matter? If she went to the steakhouse as opposed to Applebee's.
I mean, so here's the thing. So here's the thing. In that game, right? It does matter, because there's certain things you do with your wife you should not be doing with your side chick. Now, I don't condone none of it. I'm just putting it out there.
Or
I
your
don't.
side man.
Or side man.
Let's just be clear.
Whatever.
Don't put it on the fellas all the time.
Ooh, my bad.
Yeah. it was.
But I'm just saying, I'm a woman, so I'm speaking from
Okay.
a woman's
All right.
perspective.
All right.
So, but it goes either way. But yeah, like there's certain things that you should not, if you're going to be doing this, you should never let that side chick or side man
Right.
feel that they're equal to the person you have children with, you made a vow to, you come home to every night, whatever. Because then what's going to happen is those boundaries is going to cross.
Here's what women need to understand, and men too. Well, I'm gonna say men, because I can't speak from the female perspective. I think that when women like, well, why would you cheat? And you have this, and that. Sometimes the cheating comes without all the responsibility. It feels free.
Yeah, y'all think y'all on vacation.
It's like
Y'all think y'all
that's
on
a great
escape.
point.
Yeah.
It's an escape. It comes without all of the real life stuff. And
Mhm.
this woman don't even have to be attractive. She don't have to have
Mm.
the body. No, look how many dudes.
Oh, I'm just, okay.
Look how many dudes cheat down, like physically
I know that's
cheat
right. You're
down,
right about
or
that.
the woman don't even got a job. She's in the projects. I'm just saying, like, these things happen, and men often cheat down, and so it
You're
doesn't
right.
have anything to do with
You're
all of the
right.
stuff that you would
Yeah.
assume. Like, if you're gonna cheat on me, you need to be cheating with Beyonce. No, we can cheat with
Yeah.
LaShonda over there on the west side and have just as great a time, because she don't come
Mhm.
with all the responsibility.
Mhm.
So I think women need to understand, and I'm not justifying anything. It's all crazy, but I think we need to understand why things happen to a degree,
Yeah.
and it's still my issue, because obviously I'm not telling you what I need from you. Either I am, and you're not giving it to
So
me.
what's that? Why is that? Why is that always a problem when it comes down to men? Why can't y'all communicate or convey your needs to your
Right.
spouse instead of going and seeking it elsewhere?
I can. I think that a lot of dudes don't. It's just easier, and this sounds crazy. It's just easier to go outside to get it, because now for me to come and have, for the average dude who's not a good communicator, for me to come and, how many dudes come to a woman and be like, hey, we need to talk? How many times have you heard a woman say, yeah, my man be want to talk all the time about the state
Right.
of, that never happens. When
Mhm.
there's a conversation happening between a couple, the woman facilitates that thing about 90% or
Mhm.
95% of the time. So dudes who don't know how to communicate, they're not gonna put themselves in a position where they got to figure out what they need to be, how to really say stuff.
Right.
It's easier to go over here, and that's on them. That's their fault, because they don't have that ability to communicate, and most of us are poor communicators. But if I'm telling you what I need from you, and I'm asking you for, this is what I want, this is what I like, and you're not doing it, this doesn't justify the step out. But my point is, that happens because for everything your woman doesn't want to do, Shaniqua is with it and more.
Okay, so here's the problem that I hear you. I wasn't giving you a hand.
I felt like
I know, I felt like I did too. My bad. No, I do hear you. But here's my thing. men don't always cheat. And yes, I'm speaking from a female's perspective, but I'm speaking from a therapist perspective who work with men. So
Okay.
let's put that out
Context.
there. Most of the time, men are not cheating because it's something that their wife are not doing.
Okay.
It's not. It's not. Every guy that I've worked with, I would say 90% of them was going through something they were dealing with, and they cheated because they needed to seek validation outside of their wife. And it wasn't that the wife was not validating them. It wasn't that she wasn't validating them. It was the fact that they needed someone else to validate them. You're my wife. You're going to do that for me. But I need to know if, who you call? Shaniqua, Becky, whoever. If Becky can validate me, if Becky can say I still got it, if Shaniqua can say I still got it, or make me feel like a king, or whatever the case may be. Although your wife is doing that every time you walk through the door. But because it's normal and it's your usual and it happens every day, now it becomes boring. Now I need to see if I still have it outside of the home.
No, I'm not saying no to this.
What?
No, I don't disagree with that. Because if I don't disagree with that at all. I think a lot of men suffer from BDS. And that everything you just said lends itself to BDS.
What is that?
Bored dick syndrome. I'm just going, fellas, if you with me or not, it can just be somebody that you know. You don't even got to say it's you. I think a lot of men suffers from BDS. And again, it's not about what you're doing and what you're not doing. I agree with that. There's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah. If you listen, guys, please put in the chat. Please put in the comments right now if you suffer or have ever suffered from BDS. All right.
All men get it.
You done gave it a diagnosis code. I feel like I need to look at my DSM-5.
It's in there. BDS.
Okay, so you're basically saying that, or if you ever experienced BDS, please put it in the chat. Comment on it and do me a favor. Please do not call me to be a therapist for that syndrome that Eli just made up.
This is not made up. This is a real thing.
Okay, so you're basically saying that men get bored. And this
well, and let me say this: every man that gets BDS isn't gonna cheat. Okay. That doesn't mean he ain't bored. He just holds other things in high regard that prevents him from doing those things.
Have you ever experienced BDS?
Negative, ma'am. Never. What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? Oh shit! What was you? Are you cut? What are we doing here?
I'm only playing with you.
Jesus, be offense.
It's all good.
A tall one with barbed wire.
Well, listen, if you experience BDS, what Eli is saying, put it in the chat. I just want to know. And I want to know what you did about it. Like, how did you handle that?
And nothing always happens. Nothing outside of the house always has to happen if you have BDS.
We experience
BPS?
Women no.
BPS? Oh, BVS? Okay. Do women get bored?
Yes, women do get bored. I said we experience the same thing. Bored D syndrome. I'm bored with that D syndrome.
And how do women, not you, of course.
No.
Because I wouldn't ask you that. How do you think women typically handle things like that? Say, Sheree.
So we don't go outside. It takes, I don't know about this generation, but I think that when a woman does feel that way, I do feel that women try to convey that to their spouse. Mm-hmm. We do come to them and we try to say, hey, we might use words like, hey, I'm not happy, or something's off, or something's wrong, or, those type of words, right? But if you are not doing anything to fix it or to try to fix it, then it becomes now a problem. It's falling on deaf ears. which could now lead to a woman fostering an emotional connection with someone else. And I don't want to say we're good at doing that.
But go ahead.
Not me.
Not you, women in general. We're saying in general.
All right, because we up
in
here
general.
we throwing all kinds of shade up in here. Anyway, but this is how emotional connections are formed. This is how emotional connections are formed. I've talked to him. I've told him how I felt. He's not listening. But see, here's the thing. Y'all are providers. So as long as I'm providing, as long as I'm gifting, as long as I'm doing this, I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing as a husband. No, you're not. You're not. It's more than just providing as a husband.
Yeah.
Or your significant other.
But and here's the thing, Shape. So most men tie their manhood into their ability to take care of their family. Not like when you're younger, your manhood is defined by how many women you sleep with, how big your penis is, what kind of car you have, how big your rims are. When you become older and mature and you have other people that you're responsible for, your manhood by default slides into, you can look when I'm at my house and I can look at everybody and they're happy and they have everything that they need and a good portion of what they want. And my bills are paid. We got a little savings. I feel like the fucking man. Like not, but 25 years ago, that wouldn't have moved me because I don't care about any of that. I just want to sleep with 1,000 women. So to our detriment, I think that because the shift in how we view our manhood changes, I think sometimes that emotional connection does get left out because we're so busy trying to take care of everything but that part. And we think if we're doing all those other 100 things, you should be good emotionally. And that's not true.
I agree. But what I need everybody to do right now, I need y'all to tag at least 3 people, 3 men. If you could tag 3 men into this conversation, because we really would like to hear what the fellas got to say. Tag 3 men. Share this. So we can get some feedback.
Be honest about the BDS, fellas. It's okay. It happens to every man. It's just how you act upon it. You know, it's not a bad thing. We're human.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear it from y'all.
The same old. You know what? I think I told you this before. You know, a woman can dress up. They can do all these different things.
I already know what you can say.
You can get if you used to eat chicken, right?
No, Lord.
And now the chicken's fried. Now the chicken's baked. Now the chicken's grilled. Guess what? It's still the same chicken. And not equating a woman's sex to chicken. But my point is, she can dress up she could be a nurse one night. She could be a naughty teacher the next night. It's still the same vagina. So that's a part of, that's how BDS is sets in because it is the same. Even though we're doing those things.
You really making this into a syndrome. This is killing me right now.
You said you get bored. It's the same thing for women.
Women get bored too.
Right.
Okay. So you know what? So here's the thing. And this is why we have Rebirth Live, right? Because these are the conversations. That we have.
This is a great Rebirth Live.
This is a great Rebirth Live conversation. But these are the conversations that we have because this right here, what we're talking about, we don't want to talk about the truth in our own relationships.
That's true.
And when we choose to ignore these feelings and these emotions and this BDS syndrome that we have, we don't say that in our relationships, right? Which doesn't allow room for us to figure out something that's a little bit different. So if it's not you, but if someone was to say to their spouse, babe, I got BDS. Okay, or whatever. I'm bored. I want to do something. To spice things up, right? And you have people that do that. This is where swinging comes from. This is where open relationships come into play. You know, this is where threesomes come into play, right? Because people are bored and they want to spice it up and bring other things into the bedroom. However, just like with anything else, if there's no structure, rules, or whatever the case may be, boundaries are crossed and we're looking at something, it can go left.
Yeah. But say how many people can go to their spouse, man or woman, and tell them that they're bored and then not create an argument or some kind of,
Yeah.
so that's why it doesn't happen most of the time.
Yeah.
Unless you just have two free spirited people who are free sexually and they met that way and this is how we are and we like.
Right.
If you just have the standard good old monogamous two people coming together and you tell this person you're bored with what they're doing and vice versa, that conversation is going to go left every time. No man wants to hear that because now, oh, what is you out here, because our mind get to wondering. And then if you,
what if the person says me too? Like, what if you go to the person and they say, you know what, I'm bored or whatever, and it's just like, well, me too. I think that's gonna cause an argument sometimes too, because they're like, well,
I agree. That's why it takes two special people to be able to communicate, especially about sex. That's such a thing within a relationship, and our ego is tied to that. Our ego is tied to that vagina that we call our own, and the thought of another man doing anything remotely close or better than what we do to it, that's a problem. That's a problem, and that's why cheating is a deal breaker for the majority of men. Because it's ego driven. It's ego driven, and how big? I've heard you say, well, how big was his penis? Like, bro, you want to know that? Why do you want to know that?
Yeah,
I would never ask that. I don't want to know that.
Yeah.
Do you want to be with him or not? That's all I need to know.
Right.
And then we can work from there.
Too much information.
Yeah, because if you tell me you mess with a dude that had 12 inches, and I know I'm nowhere near that, I can't mess with you no more. It's ruined. In my mind, I can't. How do you come back from that?
No, stop it.
If you 12 and you 6,
pineapples.
How do you come back from that? You got to let her go. You got to let her fly into the wind, brother.
I want to answer
for the streets.
You ain't right. She might be flexible. Listen, so I do want to answer that question earlier that you said, is cheating a deal breaker? And I agree with how you broke it down. I think years ago, it definitely was, and it is. Or wait a minute, years ago it was. But growing and learning more about relationships and understand that relationships are not black and white. There's so much gray there. And I don't feel that people tell the truth about relationships and what they expect and how relationships make you feel, and that you can be with someone and possibly have feelings for somebody else, and how does that happen, and what to do when it happens. Right? There is so much information that is left out when we talk about actually how to keep a relationship, how to keep a marriage. It's so much information that's just left out. So I don't think cheating is a deal breaker, but what is a deal breaker is if you cheated and I forgave you and you continue to cheat.
Right.
You continue to do it. Now it's a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem. But initially, like if it's I fell on a dig, or I felt, whatever the case may be, then it's just like, okay, we're gonna have a conversation. This is what's gonna happen. This is not what's gonna happen again. And if it does, then that's it. I'm out. But you have people that are serial cheaters, and they continue to do it because they got away with it the first time.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that is a deal breaker.
Yeah.
But people I don't want to say mistakes. It's not a mistake. You knew what you was doing. It was a choice. It's not a mistake.
Okay.
When you choose to cheat, it is a choice. It's not, it's a decision. That's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. It's a decision.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
A bad decision.
Absolutely.
But it's not a mistake.
It is a decision. I just think that, as we come to a close, I think it depends on where you are in your life. To get back to our topic, is cheating a deal breaker? And you said something very key. If I forgive you and then you do it again, then that's a whole other ball game.
Yeah.
But off the top, hey, this happened, but I love you. I made a mistake, even though you said there are no mistakes. I messed up, but I love you. I love my family. I want to be here. I want to work through this. Then for me, I think yes, I could swing that
I think the biggest thing too
at this age.
But I think the biggest thing too that we have to remember, and this will be another show, we can actually talk a little bit more about this, especially for the month of June when we have the Men's Month,
Yes.
Which is going to be coming up. Is did that person take accountability? If you took accountability for the bad decision that you made, it is forgivable.
Right.
Because you're taking accountability. But if you're not taking accountability and you're telling me to hurry, like how long we gonna go through this, or how many times we got to talk about this, as many times as I want to talk about it, okay? And don't rush my healing.
Yeah, I do bring the pressure consistently.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because when it happens, and men, y'all want us to hurry up and get over it. Y'all don't want to talk about it anymore. Y'all want us to hurry up and heal. Well, how long am I going? Yeah, it's seconds for trust to be broke, but it could be years for somebody to trust you again, even in a marriage, even in a relationship.
Right.
But here now, ladies, let me say this to y'all. If you took somebody back that was cheating on you and you took them back and you forgave them, you cannot continue to bring it up and beat them in the head.
Thank you.
Over
Say that again.
What they did, because you chose to take them back and you chose to offer forgiveness. You don't have the right to constantly bring it up because you're re-traumatizing yourself. You're starting over every time you keep bringing it up. Right. So if you can't do that, then it's best to leave. Yeah, you need to leave the relationship. Yeah. And some people can't do that. Some people can't handle that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So if you cannot do that, it's best to go ahead, cut it off, leave the relationship, because you're going to do yourself a disservice and the person that you're with as well. Your life is going to be miserable because we're constantly talking about the same thing and we can't get past it. And now y'all coming to me for therapy. And this is what I'm going to tell you, right? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
your ending thoughts is cheating is not a deal breaker.
Cheating is not a deal breaker at this point in my life. No.
At this point in your life. Okay. I would say cheating is at this point in my life, I don't tolerate nothing. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I've already been there. I've been through all of that, right? Listen to me though, at my age, if you haven't figured this thing out called life, where we are, then it is a deal breaker for me.
Okay.
Because at this age where I'm at this age, I'm not signing up for that. Right. So that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah. Now, it wasn't a deal breaker early on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? However, if it continues, it's a deal breaker. I gotta go.
Okay. All right.
So
before we wrap up, I just want to say that my legs look incredible on the screen with the Hoochie Daddy shorts on.
The Hoochie Daddy.
Look at the screen. Look at the screen. Don't look at my legs. Look at the screen.
They shining.
Right.
The knees is all great.
Right. I got that tan in Tampa. You better ask somebody. I just noticed. Like,
did you just kick up your legs? I'm done. Listen, guys, this has been an amazing season 3.
Yes.
Season 3. We are bringing season 3. Tonight is the end of season 3, which means we will be taking a short break, but we will be coming back with some amazing content, amazing guests. Our return date will be June 3rd.
With the fellas.
It is Father's Day month.
Yes.
Father's Day month. We celebrate every June. We celebrate the men the whole month for Father's Day. And I'm excited because we already got some guests lined up. So that's going to be exciting.
And just to have that male energy every week.
Woo, child.
I love you ladies.
The testosterone.
But to have that male energy every week is going to be awesome for me.
Yeah.
Thank God for June.
Yeah. So we're really excited about that. Also, guys, I also want to let you know we have Rebirth Meetup coming up in July 20th. We are so excited about this. So we're going to be putting the information out soon. And once those tickets go on sale, you better get them because it's limited seating. So save the date, July 20th. We will be doing a Rebirth meetup. And make sure you tune in to our Mother's Day special.
Saturday, May the 11th.
May 11th on Saturday.
Celebrating the moms out there. Your mom, my mom, your baby mom, whoever.
Yes. So thank you again for your continued support for a great season 3. Thank you to our team, the support. We love you guys. Thank you guys. We really appreciate you. And once again, we'll see you June 3rd, but make sure you check out our Mother's Day special, May 11th. You don't want to miss this. Eli?
Hey, God bless y'all and thank y'all.
Good night. See you soon.